When you're in a relationship, there are many little tests that you can do, ways to gain points or lose points.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not even a test that you set, but it's a test that is passed. You came in here today, Jay Bird, and told me about a test that your girlfriend passed when she did your dishes. It wasn't a test, it wasn't anything that was set up. But the fact that she did that, I think endeared herself even more to you.
Well, I mean, just so people don't get twisted, I wasn't like, please do my dishes right now.
That's
No,
why I said you didn't set up it as a test. She did it on her own.
And I loved it. I was quite happy about this.
But that was something where I think she saw that, hey, this is a chance to prove myself and to do something. And she did, took advantage of it.
She saw me limping around and she helped me out. And it really did mean such a great difference in my whole day.
Look at that.
The one thing I have learned from all of my married friends, they always say this. I'm talking about the ones that struggle, that are not very happy. They go, I wish my partner would be a little bit more passionate about my own passion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're into something and they completely do not like it, they don't even try to want to get involved in it. That kind of, in a way, slights a person, I feel, only because that's what people tell me.
Yeah, I do see that a lot. And there's two things that can happen. There's either one, you find out that you both have the same desire to do that, and that's usually the best. Or you have enough respect to say, hey, I'm glad that you've got a thing. It's important for us to have our own things. I respect that, and I respect your time that you want to take to go and do your hobby.
If you were into something and I knew it meant something to your spirit and your heart, as a partner, I would want to get involved, at least on a level of trying to support you.
And that's a big thing. Your hobbies are your interests. And the way you fail that test is to say, one, it's stupid. I don't like it. I wouldn't do it. And I'm going to give you a hard time if you decide to continue pursuing it. That's failing in a big way on a test that, for a lot of people, that's a deal breaker. Be like, okay, so I can't really do what I love most in life and be myself.
Man, I know quite a bit of people who are, they don't even like each other and they're married. They have nothing in common. They're not even friends. You have to be friends, man.
Yeah, you do. And that's why, these little tests, and I think if you both look at them and be like, hey, these are little tests, and it's interesting to see as your grades come out of these tests, how compatible you really are. To me, I think a really great test for a relationship is taking a road trip together.
Yes.
You think about all you can learn about somebody in a road trip. You're learning about their patience. You're learning about how they travel in a car. You're looking at what snacks they like, what kind of music they listen to, how tolerant they are of listening to songs or artists that they may not even like.
Do they annoy you after day 1.5, day 2, after a 3-day day trip?
That's key. How great of a conversationalist are they? I mean, to me, going on a couple-day road trip, man, that tells you so much. If you're a couple months into the relationship, that's one of the best things you can do is just hop in a car together and go somewhere overnight.
I kind of feel like when someone's annoying, you go, oh boy, I might be attracted to them physically, but they annoy me.
Yeah.
And that happens.
I've had relationships that were strengthened by a road trip, and I had a relationship that was ruined by a road trip. But it was important that we took it because we knew pretty quick that's like, all right, we're just not going to work together.
But even with friends, you could go, I like going on road trips.
Absolutely, yeah. This isn't necessarily just a love interest. This could be friends as well. That's why I think a road trip is one of the best to see where you are with other people. Watching a favorite movie together. A lot of times the entertainment can be a part of it as well. Do you have the kind of person that's going to look, some people ask a lot of questions that could annoy you or could endear you to that person. They may have snide remarks about how terrible the movie is. And imagine if you were watching one of your all-time favorite movies.
Karate Kid.
And the entire time they're going, this is stupid. Like, nobody would believe that this kid is going to be that good at karate in 2 weeks. Or there's no way he's getting in that tournament. There's no way that move would work. That's actually an illegal move in a tournament. Imagine if somebody were poo-pooing on the Karate Kid for 2 hours.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. That person has a lot of valid points. I really do, though. How did he get so good?
I've got the anti-Karate Kid argument on lock. I'm ready for Master Debater. Yeah, so I think that's one. Attending a concert with your favorite artist is another one as well. Because I know some people that's what they love doing is going to concerts. My wife is not a huge concert fan, and I can take it or leave it. I love concerts more than she does, and if it's an artist she loves, she'll go. But I could see, imagine your favorite artist. My wife would go. Killers, Foo Fighters, she's been to both of those with me, and it was great. And if she hated both of them and I couldn't feel like I could go to see those concerts, then it would be a knock on our relationship.
It really kind of depends, too. If, for example, Denny's is one of my soulmates on this planet.
Yep.
I could go to a math test that I hate math and still have fun with him. Mm-hmm. I think if you have the right person or the right crew, you can have fun pretty much doing anything.
Absolutely. And so that's why I think it's really good when you are in a relationship to, be alert of these kind of little tests, because they're showing you signs all along the way. And the people who wind up in miserable relationships, they just ignore the signs. They're like, oh, it's not that important. No, they're important. Every day you're with somebody, you get a sign or a tell to let you know, are we compatible or are we not?
Well, loneliness is a dangerous thing, my man. It can really get you in a bad relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the texts that we got here on the best ways to test a relationship. One person said, you know what? Get hurt. How do they treat you? Are they sympathetic? Do they baby you, or do they be like, suck it up, or they ignore you, or do they decide, oh, yeah, you're down and out, so I'm going to go off and do my own thing and leave you on your own? And then how do you feel about that? Some people may not care. They may want to be left alone, but process that. Getting hurt or having an injury or an illness tells you a lot about how compatible you are. Somebody else said, sneezing. Do they say, God bless you? That shows that they're actually listening to you, paying attention to what is happening with you, and they want the best for you. It's an interesting little test. Some of the other comments that people are texting into us, 877-979-WRMF, they said, yeah, we weren't sure where our relationship was until he got sick. I brought him soup, and guess what? We had our son about 11 months later.
Soup can really bring things together.
Apparently it did. And then early on in the relationship, I said something about forgetting my coffee. And you know what? He brought me a coffee. It was the little things like that. I could tell that he was listening to me and he cared to fill in whatever my needs were. And now we've been together for over 17 years.
I mean, it's kind of, not that hard. You got a friend or you have a loved one, they like something. It's cool to just go get them a snack real quick.
It is.
If you want to be #be cool.
Right. And those are the people that, I hear, and we have so many emails that come into us from people that are in bad relationships. And it's the kind of stuff where the person doesn't do anything nice for them.
Yeah.
Or they're not attentive to them. They don't seem to care about them. It's like they don't even need to be there.
Out of the blue kind gestures really can turn around a mood for somebody who's down and out. And people sometimes forget that.
Right.
But a kindness act really can change the whole tide, man.
Scoring points, yeah. This person said, on my first day with my girlfriend, I went to find us a table, and she went to the bar and bought the first round of beers without even asking. I thought that was pretty cool. 3 years later, we still split most meals 50-50. Of course, there are times where one of us will treat, but it was clear from the start that she is cool supporting herself and not just out there looking for free drinks and meals like some girls are. Another relationship test, they said, see how fast she reacts when you ask for a favor. If they take their sweet time, or if they just keep kind of saying, oh, yeah, I'm putting it off, that was a big red flag for me. It was either, tell me right off that you would or wouldn't, but don't string me along. And Dina said, big test for me in a relationship is how they treat the waitstaff at a restaurant. I had a guy make the waitress cry because she took a while to check on us. And then Prince Charming wanted a mimosa. F that guy.
How embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. When if you're with your friends and they are, or someone you just had dinner with and they are rude for no reason, it's so embarrassing.
No doubt it is. And it is a big tell. So some great comments. Always appreciate you getting through to us. 877-979-WRMF.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.